Hare Krishna, everybody. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Ram Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat
Prabhuji,
pranam.
Pranam.
Hare Krishna,
Pranam.
Pranam.
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, Pranam, Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Ram.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Nam Prabhuji.
Chalo, let us start in time today. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Dheerai Nashta Prayasha Vadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Nityam Bhagavad Sevya.
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki Ayusho Apachayam Jantoho Tathaivochayam Vibhuhu Ubhabhyam Rahita Swasasto
Ubhabhyam Rahita Swastho
Dusthaya Vidadhati Asau
Dusthaya Vidadhati Aso
Ayusho Apachayam Jantoho
Ayusho Apayachayam Janto
Tathaivochayam Vibhuhu Ubhabhyam Rahita Swasto
Ubhabhyam Rahita Swastho
Dusthasya Vidadhati Asau
Dutastha Vidadhati Aso
Ayusho Apachayam Jantoho
Samjanto
Pachayam Vibhuhu
Tathivochayam Vibhu
Ubhabhyam Rahita Swasto
Ubhabhyam Rahita Swastho
Tasya Vidadhati Asau
Duhustasya Vidadhati
Ayusho
Aso
Apachayam Jantoho Tathaivo Pachayam Vibhuhu Ubhabhyam Rahita Swasto Dustasya Vidadhati Asau
Dustasya Vidadhati Aso
Yeah, online, anybody wants to chant?
Prepare it.
Yes, anybody wants to chant the shloka quickly?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Ayusho apachayam jantos tataiva pachayam vibhuhu ubhabhyam rahitah swasto dushtasya vidadhati asau. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Ayushopachayam janto stataiva pachayam vibhuhu ubhabhya rahita swastyo dustvastya vidadhastato.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Ayusho apachayam jantos tathaivopachayam vibhuhu ubhabhyam rahitasvasto dustasya vidadhati asau. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Ayushopachayam jantoस्तथैवोपचयं विभुः उभाभ्यां रहितः स्वस्थो दुःस्थस्य विदधात्यसौ. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Ayuso apasayam janto satyeo patayam vibhum ubhabhyam rahita swasto dustasya vidadhate. So Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Ayusho apachayam jantave tataiva patayam viduhu ubabhyam rahitasvasto bhuktasya vidatatyasa. Hare Krishna.
Okay, चलेंगे आगे. Ayushaha, of the duration of life. Apachayam, diminution. Jantoho, of the living entity. Tatha, similarly.
Similarly,
Eva, also.
Eva also.
Upachayam,
Pachayam,
increase.
Pachayam
increase.
Vibhuhu, the
Vibhu,
Supreme Personality of Godhead.
the Supreme Personality of God.
Ubhabhyam, from both of them.
Vabhabhyam, from the both of them.
Rahitaha,
Rita,
free.
free.
Swastaha, always
Dasta,
situated in transcendental position.
always situated in transit.
Dustasya, of the
Dushasya,
living entities,
of the
to
living
the laws of
entity,
karma.
under the laws of karma.
Dhati,
Vidhati,
awards. Asau,
award, so
he.
he.
The Supreme Personality Godhead, Vishnu, is all powerful and he awards the results of one's fruitive activities. Thus, although one living entity duration of life is very small, whereas that of another is very great, is always in his transcendental position. And there is no question of lessening or increasing his duration of life. So, Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu, is all powerful and he awards the results of one's fruitive activities.
The results of one's activity.
Although
Thus,
one
although
living entity duration of life
one living entity
is
duration of
very
life
small,
is very small,
whereas that of another
whereas
is
that of
very
another
great,
is very
he is
great.
always in his transcendental position.
He's
He is
always
always in
in
And
his
there is no
transcendental
question
position, and there is no
of
question
lessening,
of
of
lessening
increasing
or
his
increasing
duration of life.
his duration of life.
Yes, Supriti Mataji, stand.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada Prabhupada Ki Jai. Both the mosquito and Lord Brahma are living entities in the material world. Both the minute sparks and are part of the Supreme Lord. The very short duration of the life of the mosquito and the very long lifetime of Lord Brahma are both awarded by the Supreme Personality of Godhead according to the results of their karma. But in the Brahma Samhita, we find it said, Karmani Nirdhati. The Lord diminishes or vanquishes the reactions of the devotees. The same fact is explained in Bhagavad Gita. Yagnartat karmano anyatra. Should perform karma only for the purpose of satisfying the Supreme Lord. Otherwise, one is bound by the action and reaction of karma. Under the laws of karma, a living entity wanders within the universe under the rule of eternal time, and sometimes he becomes a mosquito and sometimes Lord Brahma. To a sane man, this business is not very fruitful. Bhagavad Gita 9.25 gives a warning to the living entities, Yanti Deva Vrata Devan. Those who are addicted to the worship of the demigods go to the planets of the demigods, and those who are addicted to worship of the Pitas, forefathers, go to the Pitas. Those who are inclined to material activities remain in this material sphere. But persons who engage in devotional service reach the abode of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, where there is neither birth nor death nor different varieties of life under the influence of the law of karma. The best interest of the living entity is to engage himself in devotional service and go back home, back to Godhead. Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakura advised, my friend, you are being washed away in the material nature's waves of time. Please try to understand that you are the eternal servant of the Lord. Then everything will stop and you will be eternally happy. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisheshaya Shunyavadi Pashat Deshatarine. Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Ayusho Pachayam Jantoho, Tathaivo Pachayam Vibuhu, Ubhabhyam Rahita Swasto, Dusthasya Vidadhati Aso. The Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu is all powerful and he awards the results of one's fruitive activities. Thus, all the one living entity duration of life is very small, whereas that of another is very great. He is always in his transcendental position and there is no question of lessening or increasing his duration of life. So, some time for Shravanam. Audio is clear? Great. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So there are various things. Now let us get to the context. Who is speaking? Swayambhuva Manu is speaking to Dhruva Maharaj. Why is he speaking? Because Dhruva Maharaj has lost control of his anger. So his grandson, he is instructing him to control his anger and not bring disgrace to the great dynasty of the Manu. And is instructing him with affection, and that's what is going on. And then, what is the effect? Effect is that Dhruva Maharaj is able to then control himself, control his anger, and then is awarded when Kuvera comes to know, the king of the Yakshas, that actually Dhruva Maharaj has forgiven the Yakshas and controlled his anger. He appreciates his decision and things go on after that. So this is overall the picture. Now let us take today's instruction. What is? So who is saying? Why is he saying? And now what is he saying? And what is the effect? So today is talking about how karmani nirdahati kintuja bhakti bhajam, that whole manifestation is controlled by karma. And Bhagavad Gita says karma is very difficult to understand. Even Bhishma, we know yesterday we discussed, says it's very difficult to understand why the Pandavas suffered. They're so pure and virtuous. Very difficult to understand the plan of the Lord. So it's very difficult to understand karma. Now say, suppose I am sick, or we are walking on the road and we get drenched by rain, we fall sick. Or, sometimes you are even in bathroom, you slip and you hit yourself. It pains a lot. At that time we say, it's my karma. Correct? We don't blame anybody. But just imagine 1% of that karma somebody else gives you. Somebody gives you a slap. Now you slipped and fell in the bathroom, broke your back, you had injury, lot of pain. You take as your own karma. Okay. Actually, it is not different from somebody coming and giving a slap. That is also your karma. But that time, you start ninda. He's done that. So, in the nectar of instruction, different symptoms are given of Kanishthadhikari, Madhyamadhikari, Uttamadhikari. And Uttamadhikari symptoms is Ninda Shunya. He does not blame anybody. Now, what was the difficulty? When you slipped in the bathroom and broke your back or injured yourself, that keeps happening here and there. At that time, so it's my karma. Actually, both the time it was your karma. But at one time, you cannot blame because a stone, our tendency to blame others is not easy. Yeah? And I even say the weather. We may say that sometimes it is now because of the weather, I'm sick. Again you blame. Actually, there is nothing to blame. It's all your karma. Your karma is offered to you in a plate. Karma is very difficult to understand. Somebody comes and gives you a gift. Thank you very much. And same person comes and gives you a slap. It happened to some politicians. Now, new funny thing. Previously, they used to throw some ink bottle. They used to throw egg. Now they go and just slap. A new thing has started. As people are becoming calm, they just go and slap. We are having somebody in Delhi also went and he thought he will garland. He put the garland aside, gave him a tight slap. There's a new business anyway. So now just imagine, you are sitting, somebody is garlanding you. Yes, very nice. God is very much one slap. Huh? So both time it was your karma. Got it? You're walking on the road, somebody comes with a garland. See, my all good karmas, something is coming. And he puts the garland aside and gives a tight slap. It happened in Delhi. Somebody climbed the truck in which the politician was there, chief minister was there, and then he brought the garland, so he brought it face to the forward, close his eyes, I'll put a garland, people will clap. He put the garland aside, gave him a tight slap. So, can he take it as a karma? No, I did so much hard work, so people are honoring me. No, God, here it is. We are not happy, we are angry at you. So, where? Both the time it was this karma. Difficult to understand karma, it is very, very complicated. Just keep analyzing now. You are in a hospital, the doctor comes. And what the doctor does, there is a something fixed on the bed, he writes. Later nurse comes and reads and she executes that. So he says, today he writes on the bed, be given a glass of Mossambi juice. Okay? He writes, and some light medicine. And the nurse comes and gives you that. But we don't do that, we look at the other bed. There is getting gulab jamun. Or the person who on the other bed, doctor has told 2 injections and some very bitter medicine. So what we do is that, we do not understand that everything is controlled by the law. Okay? And the devatas on his behalf are executing. So what karma I have to come today is already written, and it is written for my good, just like a doctor writes on the patient's bed. And if I develop a class for doctors, we should speak like this, they will understand. Yeah, I understand. So now, the doctor writes on one bed something, another bed he writes something, so we see what he is getting. Usko to rasgulla mil raha hai, usko to Mossambi juice mil raha hai, mere ko ye injections hai na. We are bothered about that. We do not understand. We do not understand that actually our karma, that all of us, atma kritam vipakam, we are getting our own karma. Is it easy to understand? It's difficult to understand. We are looking at others. Usko to Mossambi juice mil raha hai, mere ko to injections pad rahe hain, hai na? See, in material world, the doctor is not perfect, but as far as to understanding, we have to take from this world, no? Correct? So what is the doctor doing? He's just doing best for him. Usko abhi, he has recovered now. He can start eating, he can have solid food, he can have mosame juice, he will give him for him. Like, no need to now put him on whatever. And this fellow, his health is not good. So he has to be given some injections in an emergency situation. And sometimes we can be foolish also. Prabhupada gives an example of that. Is at one house, one doctor came and both are having fever, the landlady of the house and the maid. He saw the maid and he said that you have 105 degree temperature. And the landlady, 101. And she gets angry. Why she has 105? Are you being foolish or what? So sometimes we can be foolish also in comparing our karma. So each person is being, by the arrangement of the Lord, brought his karma. Each person. And it is very difficult to understand the drama that's going on. It's very, very difficult. Therefore, Bhishma says, so difficult to understand the plan of the Lord. Now, for pure devotees, the laws of karma are not acting. Actually, the Lord's plan is acting. But as for our understanding, like Bhishma says, how to understand the plan of the Lord? It's very difficult to understand. So it is not a very easy thing to understand. So this was, I think the laws of karma are very intricate. And Prabhupada says at the end that if you want to come out of the laws of karma, simply surrender to Krishna. Devi esha gunamahima maya duratya mama eva ye prapadyante maya metam karati. It's very difficult to understand. Mama maya duratya. The laws of nature are very, very, you cannot cross over, duratya. But if we take shelter of Krishna, then we are liberated. So how do you take shelter of Krishna in Kali Yuga? We do engage in devotion service. And what is the king of all the devotion service? What is the place we can actually know the litmus test daily, the meter of our spiritual life is chanting. Chanting. But then we do not see that I'm making an effort to hear the holy name when I'm chanting. And I see that when I'm chanting, there is not even any taste. Then what is most dangerous is that you will not be able to do anything in spreading the Krishna consciousness movement. Because main thing in spreading Krishna conscious movement, the main thing is make people chant. Correct? That's why when we meet anybody, what do we ask? How many rounds you have chanted? And when the chanting quantity is fixed up, now we start working on the quality. So if there is no taste in my own chanting, how will I spread Krishna conscious movement? You can't do it. If I am not relishing something, just like suppose you get a rasgulla and you are eating it, relishing it, and I bring your 10 friends and I give you a pot of rasgulla, how nicely it is. Yaar, super, kya taste hai. And then, but if you are not relishing, then, so therefore we have to be careful. There are dangers in the beginning, there are dangers in the middle, because, and the dangers in the, as we are practicing Krishna consciousness, sometimes we stop tasting. And we know, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said there are 6 reasons that when you start bhakti, okay, by good fortune, by we taken shelter of Srila Prabhupada, we taken shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and our spiritual life started. Brahmana Brahmite Kono Bhagavana Jeev Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Bij. But don't think it ends there, it begins there. Initiation is only a beginning. And now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that it's like a mali. When you plant the seeds of bhakti on the ground, you have to be very careful and progress. There will be 6 things you have to watch. What are the 6 things? Kuti Nati. Is my behavior simple and straightforward? It should be simplicity, not duplicity. Duplicity means kutinati. I speak something, I mean something, I think something. So difficult to live with such a person. Or if we become such a person, very difficult for other person to live with us. We should be very, very simple and straightforward. Otherwise, we are destroying our bhakti. Kutinati, jiva himsa, nishidachar, breaking regulative principles, nishidachar, jiva himsa, giving pain to other living entities. Devotee doesn't do that. Is very careful. Mana puja pratishtha, desiring adoration, desiring respect, desiring worship. Now these we have to weed out. These are the weeds explained by none other than the authority of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because you have to be careful. Just because we are in association doesn't mean we are taking the benefit. See, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to South India, Kala Krishnadasa, who was there with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, ran away, left the service of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and ran away, attracted by the gypsy woman. Personal associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What is the lesson for us? We should be careful. Balabhadra Bhattacharya, who was the associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, went to Vrindavan. And there again, he told Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that one person is dancing. Every day Krishna is coming and dancing on Kaliya. An associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has to be instructed. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu almost slapped him. Gone crazy or what? Krishna doesn't come in Kali Yuga and exhibit himself like that. His Shastra is not there. Why is he going to come and dance in the river in Kaliya? And later some elderly person came and explained that actually it was a fisherman and the light on the boat which was misunderstood to be Krishna dancing on the Kaliya in the night. Correct? Whole crowd was going, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is coming, Krishna is coming in the night, dancing, come. And who? Nothing less than associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, now second time, Balabhadra Bhattacharya wanted to run away. So, Shri Radha Govinda ki, Shri Gaur Nitai ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. So it's very difficult actually. So as the time goes by, two things start happening. One thing is that we make offenses, and second thing, we become proud of ourselves. And these two things destroy our bhakti. Then we become very complacent. Chal raha hai. We lose our enthusiasm because of this. Instead of holy name becoming sweeter and sweeter, we're just somehow doing our rounds, struggling, not even chanting, completing our rounds even after Diksha, or not even hearing those rounds properly. Just something is going on. Forgot my very foundation, because if this foundation is uprooted. There's once one devotee went to Guru Maharaj, I remember a long time ago, said, I'm not able to finish my round. He said, Maya will just gobble you up if you play like this. Srila Prabhupada was even more stricter. He said, he's not a human being, he's an animal. He has given a promise and he's not doing. Okay, but why does it happen? Person started with all energy, he started with all enthusiasm. So because he became very proud, oh, now I become a senior devotee. What do you have to do with senior and junior devotee? What is important is that, are you over a period of time, 10 years you are chanting Hare Krishna, is at least now the chanting should be sweet. है ना? क्या फायदा हुआ भाई? 20 years, 30 years, 50 years, 100 years I'm chanting. There should be sweetness, no? There is this Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam has a shloka, Dharma Sanushruta Pumsa Vikshakshena Kathasu Yaha Na Utpadi Yadiratim Shramevi Kevala. The rati has not developed, the taste has not developed, even after chanting for so many years. It was just a waste of labor, just a waste of time. Correct? Not that at the time of death, Krishna will see my all efforts to serve him. No, sir. He is seeing now and looks like he is not pleased. See, at the end of the day, we are serving Krishna. Suppose at the end of the life, Krishna says, not satisfied with our service. This is a disaster. So that not only happens in the moment of death, it is happening at every moment. At every moment it is happening. Either Krishna satisfied or not satisfied. Not that Krishna is such a person that is not ignoring whatever you do. He will see at the time of death. This is a very, very maya that has developed in the mind of people at the time. He is seeing at this moment. And the result of that is visible to us every day when we sit and chant. That's what chanting is called a meeting. And suddenly you cannot be in the 2 hours chant properly. Were you previous day hearing some Prabhupada class? Were you previous day in proper Krishna consciousness doing services? Were you previous day, So your whole previous day used to reflect on the next day. Chanting is a testing time. You got it? This chanting is the time you take a thermometer and put in your mouth. It's not only the most powerful activity for our purification, it's also the indicator how my previous day or previous life or whole life on Krishna consciousness gone. Okay? It is Kali Kale Nam Avatara. The Lord has manifested himself as the holy name in Kali Yuga. So we should be very careful. Everything will reflect the previous day when you're sitting and chanting. You don't have even a time to get up in the morning to chant, you're not even attentively chanting, then what can be said? You are playing with the foundation, just like in a building. If the foundation is not very good, the whole building will fall down. Correct? Foundation is most important. So similarly, if I don't build my foundation properly, I may not last in Krishna consciousness. And so rare, I got the mercy, but I can throw it away. And the bija. It is said by chanting only, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continues in the analysis, by chanting and hearing. Suppose you get a bija, what do? Seed. You put on a locker and throw it away, forget it. It dries after some time. What do you do actually when you get a bija? You plant it in the ground. You put water. And then the bija fructifies. Okay? So sometimes it may happen, okay, there was an emergency, I am not able to get up, but it's not a daily affair. That means now my spiritual life is come in a dangerous position. I've lost my enthusiasm. I lost my seriousness. Okay? So it doesn't happen in 1 minute. It's a result of offenses and of pride, foolish pride. When I am so many days, so many years, therefore we should never count our years. What do you have to do? Just like they say, old people sometimes say, age is just a number. So similarly, the number of years I'm in a movement is also just a number. It has no value. The value is, when you're chanting Hare Krishna, which is your litmus test daily, are you able to concentrate? That's the value. Correct? Na utpadi dharati me shramevi kevalam. There was nothing, just a waste of time, whatever I did. I have no taste in chanting. I have no interest in chanting. I have no enthusiasm in chanting. Just wasted your time. In the beginning, we start very enthusiastically, but because of the weeds, the plant becomes choked up. By the mercy of Guru and Krishna, the seed is planted, but then the seed doesn't grow because the weeds are growing and the plant is not growing. Plant growth gets stunted. And maybe some chanting is even the person, it's very suffocating sometimes to hear the words people are chanting. Just record and show. 16 words are not done, and even it's not pronounced properly. And I'm saying it again and again, but because daily I see. At least such a simple mantra I cannot chant properly. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I cannot chant with feeling, Priti Purvaka. The rest of the things all are to prepare this chanting. What is that? Everything is to help this chanting. This is the one which is going to take me back to Godhead, and also the litmus test. So how I can neglect this? This should be the most precious. Where I am going to sit and chant. There should be a planning. At this place I am going to sit and chant today. At this time I am going to sit and chant. Correct? It is said in the time management, what is most important is that what I give the maximum value. and I lock it first. Correct? This is the secret of time management, and Karmis discuss this. They say in a bowl, if you put the unimportant things, then the important things don't get placed. So therefore, we should plan in such a way, very seriously, that the most important thing is kept first, and other things can take place later. Then things will be very nice. Things will grow very nicely. And when the fundamentals are in right place, I feel day by day more enthusiasm, day by day more happiness. And because I'm not just speaking Krishna consciousness, I'm getting strength. See, we can implement Krishna consciousness based on our strength. And in testing situation, our strength comes out, correct? How much somebody has strong faith in Krishna, many situations will come. Just like karma, nindati shunya, person doesn't blame anybody. And that's for Uttamatikari. But we are just Kanishya today. So we are not on the platform, but our level of progress will be seen when we stop blaming people. Very easy to blame the person. In fact, actually a person should be very strict with himself and very compassionate to others. That's the mark of spiritual progress. He becomes very strict to himself. We should never be compassionate upon ourselves. We should be actually very angry at ourselves all the time. And we are reverse. We're very compassionate. Never, in principle in spiritual life, never be merciful to yourself. Correct? Therefore, why Bhaksanda Prabhupada says, beat your head 100 times in the morning with shoes and the night with brooms. Why does it say that? Because the principle is never be merciful to yourself. Be very strict and hard, very hard to your own self. And then you be very merciful to others. Like now Dhruva Maharaj is getting so angry. How can you be angry at somebody if you're merciful to him? Doesn't make sense. It's contradictory. Correct? Because he is somewhere by the arrangement of the Lord, because such an elevated devotee, we cannot come in. But somewhere the arrangement of the Lord, the effect is he lost his mercy to them. Whatever it is, they did a mistake, they should not have done that. Who is the person who had done that? As a king, you could have punished, correct? He just decided to annihilate the whole dynasty. But he forgot his principle of mercy. What is the principle of Krishna consciousness? Ishvara tadadineshu balishechu dvisheshacha prema maitri kripa upeksha yakaroti samadhana. That's just for Madhyamadikari. Forgot Uttamadikari. Even Madhyamadikari, there is no anger. He has only mercy and affection. Correct? That's the element. Why is he lacking that? That's what Swayambhuva Mani is saying. This is unbecoming of our dynasty. Your behavior is totally unbecoming. A very strange behavior you are showing. This is bringing disgrace to our dynasty. Such kind of anger that you are exhibiting now, my dear child, please control it. But true, so imagine this kind of counseling is going not to an ordinary person, as I said previously, the world leader. They will not like to be corrected. They will not like to, reflect upon whether right or wrong, but he is reflecting. That is his greatness. Therefore, he is great. We saw previously many times this example of Ramana, Duryodhana. They were never reflected. They were angry. You said, no, please stop it. The Pandava, you don't need to be angry at them. They are so virtuous. You never listen. Because similarly for Ravana, he was advised again and again that please stop being so lusty, because if you're lusty, you are destroying the Ravana kingdom. He did not care. Now, who can correct me? I am perfect. I am the world leader. Correct? But here we see Dhruva Maharaj ready for reflection. My dear child, he's giving him philosophy. He's listening. See, Manu will not come and speak if he's not listening. He's listening. Therefore, that's one great quality. Always listen. Maybe you're totally wrong. Now, in what we try to do, that we become angry and then try to justify our foolishness. He's not doing that. He's not trying to justify. Mistake everybody does. Okay, I did a mistake. No need to justify. He's not saying, does he say after this, I'm sorry actually, I'm not going to spare them, I'm going to destroy. Even Kuvera comes, I can kill him also. Yes, he can do that. He has Narayana Astra with him. He can do anything he wants. But Swayambhava Manu is saying, my dear child, wait a minute. Just because you have unlimited power, having been blessed by the Lord with his own weapon, Narayana Astra, just because you have been graced by the Lord to rule for 36,000 years, I know nobody can fight with you. Correct? He's not in that platform. Okay, I have the power, I'll do whatever I want. Let me see what anybody says. I want to show my power. Just like sometimes it happens in this world, you know. We hear daily the news, somebody went to a toll gate or something and then he tried to charge him just as he's doing his duty. He says, no, you cannot charge me, I'm son of this and this or belonging to this gang or whatever. And then he says, no, I'm going to charge you. They go back and bring a gang and they kill him. You see that? So many times such kind of news come very depressing. People do not spare. So Dhruva Maharaj, okay, you dared? You know who am I? I am the person directly blessed by the Lord with all his weapons. You cannot, you killed my brother, now see the result. And that was what was happening. And Manu said, this is disgrace to a family. This is disgrace to a family. What kind of behavior is this, my dear Dhruva Maharaj? He's actually, but Dhruva Maharaj is listening. That's the point. The distinction between Dhruva Maharaj and us is that he is listening. He may be thinking the world leader or whatever kind of leader, I'm going to do what I want, I'm going to show my power. He has caused pain to me, now I'm going to see when you cause, why you give another person pain, when you get pain. When you don't get pain, you don't give other person pain. Correct? He has pain. Now I'm going to give you pain. Now I'm going to show my power. So what is Swayambhava Manu saying? This is disgrace to our family. This kind of tamasic behavior. What is this? As we read, we will see he's bringing out so many more instructions on anger. It's a destruction. What are you doing, my dear child? But we see Swayambhava Manu is successful. We can learn a lot. Extremely intelligent. And very important thing, it instructs towards the end now. My dear child, just focus your mind on the Supreme God. Bhayam diti anuveshita shat. All this unwanted thing, kama, krodha, will only appear when you forget the law. Now he is giving in the philosophy of karma, by to understand it was his own karma. I gave example to you, so many examples. It's all the karma that has come, manifested. That is the time for Uttama to leave. Either it comes by the lightning of the sky or from an accident or from yaksha. This was his time to go. That's it. Correct? In the heart of the heart, we should know that, okay, now as a king, yes, who has done this mischief, I'll punish him. But what was this analysis was lacking? Bhayam dushi anuveta shat dvitiya. The moment dvitiya, something other than Krishna says, Swayambhava Manu instructs Dhruva Maharaj, please, so therefore, whenever situation becomes difficult, our meditation on the Lord should become more and more intense. Because at those situations, we do get influenced by lamentation, by fear, by anxiety. You see, the point is that you should not have such an anxiety that you cannot chant Hare Krishna. Then please exit that responsibility. As I gave an example many times, a primary business is not so-called big responsibilities or ahankara. A primary business is to always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. In that process, we take responsibilities with the capacity not to forget Krishna. Like Krishna tells Arjuna, Mam anusmara yuddhacha. You remember me and fight. He tells that because that is his capacity. We cannot do that. You can fight also, but don't forget him. So, Shudra means he cannot take any responsibility. Fine. But without responsibility, remember Krishna. Fine. Vaishya takes some responsibility. His money is stuck up here and there. He has lent money here, he has invested money here. That's a Vaishya. He has a business. He has so many workers with him. But he can remember. Therefore, he becomes capable. Kshatriya, his head will be blown up. He has become the king. The moment you take a big leadership, people will attack you. They will try to cut your head. Correct? But even with all that, he can peacefully chant Hare Krishna. Therefore, he can take the responsibility. So, artificially don't take responsibilities. When you are, I have a lot of anxiety now, I have taken this, then please exit responsibility. Your primary business in this Krishna conscious movement is to attentively chant Hare Krishna. And if you're not doing that, Maya will very soon force you. You'll be sitting in Vrindavan very soon and just without responsibility chanting Hare Krishna. Because you cannot just take it. You just cannot take it. So rather than that, we used to always joke, even in Karmi world, you are in office, many of the devotees are at home chanting Hare Krishna, correct, and doing their official responsibility. And what happens? Your responsibility increases. Your responsibility increases. And then it becomes difficult to chant Hare Krishna. So demote yourself. No. Nobody likes demotion. Nobody in this metal world likes demotion. Whatever position is given, he thinks is qualified for that. Correct? There was a famous example from Karnataka on Prime Minister. He never became Chief Minister after that, even though chance was there. No, I'm Prime Minister. He didn't agree. And we have that joke or not. He was the Prime Minister for a very short time actually. But once Prime Minister, he will not agree. Even you go to buy land, they say, once somebody comes and says, okay, I think I will pay 10 lakh for your land, then another person goes 5 lakh, he will not sell. Now my value of the land is 10 lakh. So our value of our assets, the Kali Yuga, particularly the typical people of Kali Yuga, they will not come down. Whatever respect they get, whatever position they get, whatever the value they get, that's it. They will not come down. They'll only want to increase on that. That's a material calculation. So then we cannot demote ourselves, then at least chant Hare Krishna attentively. And how do you see the result? The result is I am having a responsibility but I am not qualified because I am not chanting my rounds properly, I am not getting for Mangalarti, I am not doing my service in good consciousness. Then okay, you don't want to demote yourself, fine, that's nobody in Kali Yuga can do that. Chant. That you can do, no? That you can do, no? Read Prabhupada's books for some time. Get the strength to do your service. So moment when you see, when the going get tough got going, there's all an empty statement, hollow statement. The toughness will come if you have a good foundation. The taste, unless the heart is happy with the pleasure of Krishna consciousness, unless the heart is happy with the waves of the ripples of Krishna consciousness, then how will he handle any anxiety in this world? Rather, all the anxieties and all are every moment a test whether I am developing a Krishna consciousness. Do I develop fear at that time? Do I develop anxiety at that time? Do I at that time start blaming other persons? That shows my level of Krishna consciousness. And then introspect. And we introspect, then we start working. Oh my God, in this situation that I'm not able to be, I'm not having a good foundation. So Krishna will expose you. Correct? You may be thinking the building has a good foundation, one rain comes and wall collapses. Correct? What do you mean after that? We need good foundation. Correct or not? We come to understand the foundation was not good. Correct? So similarly, we also crack up when the little anxiety comes. So what do we go back to? My foundation was not good. It's as simple as that. Now I have to work to it because we are going to get a very big anxiety. A big hurricane of death is going to come. And if the foundation, whole building will be blown away, that means we will not be able to remember Krishna. When in the little anxieties we get in our life, we start crying, we start blaming others, we become depressed, correct? We become angry. So what does it show? Foundation is weak. Reflection. And where is the remembrance of Krishna at that time? Where is the faith that Krishna is in control of the situation? At this moment, Krishna is in total control of the situation. Where is the faith? It's totally lacking. That shows that my foundation is not developed. All of us have to introspect, isn't it? It's not that it's not happened. It's every moment we can see that I'm in this platform. And when all of us, the main thing coming individually, the test of exam, final exam. Just like in a college, you are doing so many things, you are doing this, you are doing that, you are doing that. But finally at the end, what is most important is what marks you get when you get the exam. Isn't it important? What is important at the moment, finally, mark sheet, how much marks you are getting. That will be judgment for your all variety of the activities you do in a semester. You do so many activities in a semester, that will be the final judgment. True? Am I doing extracurricular activities? Okay, do that. I in the evening go for badminton. Okay, you do that. I go to the library to study. Okay, you do that. I in a room also I study. Okay, do that. I hear some lectures of this person. Finally, at the end, the result will be seen in the exam, the marks. Want that of any parent behave like that? The children studying for 12th class, you will see finally I'm just giving one angle, not that this everything. An angle. Want to judge the whole preparation for say you're preparing for NEET, your child prepare for NEET, he took a coaching, okay, do that. Studied self-study, okay, do that. You went to library, you could do that. Anna, I had some extracurricular activity, you could do that. Whatever you did, at the end the father will say, why you got only 20 marks out of 100, you failed. So similarly at that time, in the life, not only Krishna is merciful, not only the death comes at for human beings, even we don't know when the death comes. We don't hear Brahma. Brahma ji, Indra jate hain. Brahma ji thoda bimar hai. We don't hear like that. In the Shastra, there is no mention of that. Brahma lives his 311 trillion. He lives his life. Not like us, we are not even sure how much he is going to live. Correct? Chuck. Just like an ant on the floor, you can stamp and die. Similarly, we can also be blown away in a moment by the material nature. So Krishna is very merciful, not at the point of death. Actually, for Brahma, it's very difficult because he sees hardly any difficulty. No old age, no disease. He doesn't see. And death, my God, so far away. He hardly has and therefore human life is very good. Lot of reflections can occur. Exams keep happening every day. Just like imagine in a college, the lot of surprise quizzes are there, lot of assessment that helps you to regularly reflect. And you see, and who is the judge? You can be the judge. Watch out. If you allow other people can also help you, but we don't allow other people to help us. At least we can be judged. Constantly we can be judged. Okay, this situation came. Did I become depressed? Because for an advanced devotee, lamentation, so many varieties of moroseness, these don't exist. There's always fresh, happy, healthy. True? But this happens to us in a Krishna-created situation. And in that situation, everybody is in a test. And that is capacity of Krishna. Everybody gets the same love. Different test at the same time, what is needed for him. Just like a doctor. Somebody gives him lemon juice, somebody gives him bitter medicine, somebody will give him injections. Correct? So it is very difficult. So if we are introspective, that is very easy. At every moment we can understand that am I disgraced to the Lord? I call myself a disciple of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, a disciple of Srila Prabhupada, a disciple of my Guru Maharaj. Was I my behavior, my consciousness, a disgrace? Could I maintain Krishna consciousness in this little situation, small exam Krishna gave? I got filled with ninda, I got filled with depression, I got filled with lamentation. Then I can see, am I ready? These are all surprise quizzes, will bring us to the final exam one day. And if I'm performing well, suppose in a surprise quiz you got 10 out of 10, then you know, I'm improving now, correct? And at the final exam you have some hope. But in the surprise quizzes I'm getting 0 marks, then it's very difficult. Okay? Very, very difficult. Okay, so some thoughts today on karma, and then Prabhupada ends the purport with something, a beautiful shloka, which is a very famous shloka. Jiva Krishna Das, E Vishwas, Kaletara Dukkhanaya. All the unhappiness will disappear. Understand that I am a servant of Krishna. Just accept this fact. We were reading in the evening yesterday, Bhagavatam class, where Vedavyasa is meditating. After the darshan of the Lord, Anartha Upasamam Shakshat Bhakti Yoga Prayojitaha. He's saying that we are in so much difficulties in the material world, but if somebody can take to Krishna consciousness, to Bhakti Yoga, then people can be saved from the unnecessary difficulty that you have brought. Unnecessarily we have come to the material world. Unnecessarily we have rebelled against the authority of the Lord. It's totally unnecessary the problems that we created for us. So similarly, every day, every moment also, unnecessarily we make mess of ourselves. What we speak, what we do, unnecessarily messes our spiritual life. Okay? So we are capable of unnecessary activities. like Dhruva Maharaj is becoming angry at this moment. It's totally unnecessary. Shri Radha Govinda ki, he went much beyond his call of duty in punishing the yakshas. Unnecessarily he has become so angry and is messing up. And Swayambhava Manu is coming to save him, his grandfather coming. My dear child, don't mess up your life. You are so fortunate having been blessed by the Lord. Now don't mess up your life. So similarly, we should also reflect. We are so fortunate having been graced by Srila Prabhupada, having graced by Guru Maharaj, having graced by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and in Kali Yuga, goddess seed of bhakti. We are so fortunate. Brahmanda Brahmite Kono Bhagyavan. Some rare soul gets the fortune. But don't now unnecessarily get involved with kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya and mess up our life. That's what is happening now. Dhruva Maharaj is becoming an example of somebody who is messing his personal life by krodha, and mercifully his grandfather comes to save him from messing up his spiritual life. My dear child, don't do this. And is giving him knowledge, and by Krishna's grace, he still has the quality of listening to the authority. And he's listening to Swayambhava Manu and said, okay. And then something very beautiful happens. Kuvera comes very happy and he says, my dear Dhruva, I want to bless you. And he doesn't make a mistake second time. First time he made a mistake of desiring kingdom and all. Kuvera, people know is a devata who can bless you well. Correct? Therefore, many people do Kuvera Yagna, Kuvera. But Dhruva Maharaj knows that. He's very knowledgeable, but doesn't mess up. Last time he had a desire for material thing. He says, grant me constant remembrance of the Lord. What a beautiful thing he asks. If you want to grant me something, my dear Kuvera, you are so dear to the Lord, you got, see, devatas mean they have a personal appointment letter by the Lord. They are that way, every devata should be respected. Yeah? So they have personally been appointed in a big responsibility in the universe. But Kuvera is a great devotee. So he says, you grant me constant remembrance of the Lord. And when Kuvera comes, he is not angry, standing with, as Manu had instructed him, my dear child, in getting unnecessarily angry now, you have offended Kuvera. And Kuvera, the very dear devotee of Lord Shiva. You offended even Lord Shiva. So please beg their pardon. Manu, as a grandfather is guiding you very nicely. And Dhruva Maharaj exactly does that. When Kuvera comes, he is very respectful to him. And Kuvera says, I am so pleased that my offense of my, this yakshas, you have controlled yourself. I am so happy. You gave up your anger. You had the power to destroy the whole Yaksha dynasty, but you gave it up. Not that you will show your power, I have power. No, you acted virtuously. And you are compassionate to them and you forgive them for the mistake they did. I am so pleased by it. Now ask me what benediction you want. So similarly, if we, under the advice of other Vaishnavas, advice of Srila Prabhupada, advice of Guru Sadhu Shastra, if we give up our proclivity, our weaknesses for Kama Krodha, we will be blessed. Correct? We don't show ourselves by exhibiting them. We show ourselves by actually controlling. And then you'd have been blessing. Just like Ravana, had he given up his lust and returned Sita to Lord Rama, he would have been blessed by Lord Rama. But okay, mistake happened, but he's controlled himself. I seek forgiveness. Same with Duryodhana would have given the kingdom to the Pandavas, said, oh, I'm sorry, I became lusty for power, so the kingdom belongs to you. You have been blessed by everybody. You see what are the results, not taking such a step. But Dhruva Maharaj controls himself. So we are also in the same situation. Actually, if we introspect, we are being blown by Kama, Krodha, Lobha. We are being blown by that. And we try to justify that. Don't justify. Our whole life is justified. I don't justify. Mistake happens, fine. Now, take correct measure. And then you'll be blessed by the Lord. Kuvera comes and blesses. My dear Dhruva, ask what you want. Had Duryodhana done a Ravana, don't do anything. Life would have become so virtuous. So virtuous. Again, Ravana was told, Lord Rama is very pious. He'll forgive you. He'll forgive you. But no, I want to show my power. I want to show. I'm a Ravana. Only his ego, Ahankara, did not allow him. Same way Duryodhana, his Ahankara did not allow him to correct the situation. would have been blessed. So see, the Dhruv Maharaj took a step. He heard. First thing we see great quality of Dhruv Maharaj, even though he lost his control, he's listener. They say great quality, but listening to whom? Authority, he listened. Therefore, every day there should be some time we listen to devotees, other devotees. We listen to Srila Prabhupada, we listen. We have to learn to listen. We want to preach the whole word, we want to teach the whole word, but we are not listening to anybody. It's a hypocrisy. Doesn't make sense. First, apani achara. We want people to be submissive when we speak. But then we should also be a listener. Patiently listen what other person is trying to say. So you see the quality of Guru Maharaj, you listen. And then he was agreed to correct himself. Yes, my dear grandfather, you are right. I lost control of myself. I should have been just as a matter of duty punished some yakshas, but here it is. I should have done I didn't even do a court martial, I didn't even call a meeting, nothing. I just went and blah, 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 showed my power. That was wrong. And he controlled himself. And then when Yaksha came to bless him, he was totally cool, because this kind of benediction he cannot ask unless the mind was, he had totally given up his anger on the advice of Manu. And he asked a beautiful benediction, give me constant remembrance of the Lord. That's all I want. Amazing benediction. Correct? So when we go to the Lord, ask for this benediction. Not possible at Kanishta state, but try. My Lord, all I want benediction is that I constantly remember you. That's all. Then your life is perfect. Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you. Somebody likes to add something. Raise your hand. Like to add something, different things today. Wow. So looks like class is heavy. Everybody is introspecting. Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpatarubhascha kripa sindhive evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna Prabhuji, Dandava
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna
Thank
Prabhuji.
you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Prabhuji. Dandava Pranam. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
That is called reflection. Reflection means if you don't have a question, at least you tell from the class what you do like. Something you like, some point of the class. It's called reflection.
Listening, Prabhuji.
Important thing to listen. Yes, any other thing from the class?
Second chance, Prabhuji.
Always there is a second chance. Okay, great.
Introspect regularly.
Introspection, yes.
Prabhuji, give an opportunity for the offender to, explain his position before taking any action.
Yes, yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, being tough to yourself and merciful to others.
Yes, being very strict to ourselves, being merciful to others, yes. But never show compassion on yourself. Be very strict to yourself.
And to chant very seriously.
Yes.
Understand. Chanting is very
Chanting
important.
shows our consciousness. It's every day the litmus test of how you're progressing. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Always there is a scope for correction.
Yes.
Always there is a scope for correction.
Yes, scope of correction. Yes.
Don't go to justify everything in your whatever.
Yeah, don't justify your activities. Yes. Be ready for correction. Yeah.
Prabhuji, dangers are there in the beginning, in the middle, and the end, and the later things. We have to be very, very careful at all this.
Yes, Anunay ji.
Prabhuji, you said no, there are dangers in the beginning, in the middle, and at the end. So we sometimes take the things for granted and we feel so much happy, without little progress, and then again we fall down.
Yeah, don't become complacent. Always remain alert. Always be alert. We used to play that snake and ladders. correct? And the snake used to be always there at 99. You remember that? And that is, I am God. Maya, Mayavada. Okay, Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpatarubacha kripasindhivijaya patitanam pavaneva vaishnava. Okay, thank you everybody. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Today in evening 6 o'clock, please come all of you 6 o'clock. We have